broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Maybe just go and have a look. Should we go again? Shut that door, Nick.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hang on a second.
I'll turn it on this time. Can you imagine that? I was on mute the whole time just to wind them up. Oh no, I just said that.
30 seconds before you go.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing.
You meant to hear people? Can you hear anyone?
No, I'm not meant to hear anyone. Don't know if they can hear me though.
That's the thing.
Maybe he talks back to me.
It's about your conquest.
Hello?
Yeah, everyone's hearing like what he's got up to.
I'll get Russian personal line. Hello, kid, come in. Yeah. Copy. They're both on court. Shoot. You can't get out. Testing.
Can you come down with me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you do your traditional bottle of water for me? It has to be the same routine. I'm sad.
No, that'd be really good. What's that?
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Testing. Hey mate, how you doing? Good.
Got a seat down here today rather than
Oh, nice, in
right
here.
up. Well, I'm stewarding.
Oh, right,
So I
okay.
get to stand where that guy's
Good. I'm kind of stewarding as well. Different
It's
kind of
half price
stewarding.
tickets.
Oh, is it? I'll get it free.
It's the way they get like the juniors.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Yeah, it was a good little system to get a lot of the juniors.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Say
ticket.
something, Andrew.
1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm on. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah.
We're not getting into here.
Testing.
We don't unplug it this way by getting in.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Gonna go another leg.
Testing. Testing. Copy. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. Testing. There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
We went to master it.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I'll switch mine off now, yeah?
We had
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 World Championships, proudly sponsored by Link Pumps. The World Championship is the best of 13 sets. The first person to win 7 sets will be world champion. Currently this match is evenly poised at 2 sets all. And wow, what a night we had on Tuesday night. Before I introduce the marker and players, a great time now would be to turn off your mobile phones. And also please refrain from walking between points. And cheering is of course welcomed and encouraged, but make sure the point is over. Sometimes it's not obvious. And now, to our marker, a person who has marked 5 consecutive World Championships. He's the head professional from Queen's Club, London. Please welcome back onto the court, Andrew Lyons. And now to our challenger, a man who's achieved so much recently, currently has taken over the world #1 position. He came here because he beat Steve Agona convincingly in Chicago. A man who's won over 5 major tournaments. Please welcome from Aitkin, South Carolina, the challenger, Camden Riviere. And now to the man who's defended this title 11 times, the winner of over 46 major championships, the gladiator, the man from Tasmania. Please welcome back onto the court, Robert Leo Fahey. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the match. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club for this day 2 of the 2014 World Championship between Rob Fahey and Camden Riviere. We're poised at 2 sets all, and everything is set up for a fabulous second day. And joining me in the commentary is Brett Richardson, Australian Bathurst Cup player. Welcome, Brett.
Thanks, Owie. It's certainly a pleasure to be here, and I must say it's the first World Championship that I've been to, and it was a fantastic evening of tennis. Definitely the best tennis that I've ever seen, and probably quite surprising the way it went to see Rob down 2 sets to love and then fight his way back. And now, yeah, like you said, we're evenly poised and looking forward to what should be another enthralling evening of Royal tennis.
Well, who could argue with that, Brett? There was certainly, on Tuesday night, it was the common theme. I can't count anymore how many people said it was the best tennis they'd ever seen. But let's face it, after 2 sets, with Camden having taken a 2 sets to love lead, it could have been very different. We're going to talk about that in a minute, Brett, but
Yep.
In the meantime, once again we can see the incredible record of Rob Fahey. The #2 ranking seems a little out of place somehow, given that he's the world champion, but 46 national open titles since 1993, countless other open titles. Brett, I know actually in the game of lawn tennis you've won a few titles, but have you ever seen anything like that?
It's very generous of you to say that, Owie. There might be the odd backyard title. Look, yeah, to have that longevity in any sport is incredible, and to be now 46 and here again defending the World Championship, it's amazing. It really is amazing, and a great credit to Rob.
Well, while I've got a moment, as you said, he is 46. Tuesday's play, we saw the younger player, the younger by 19 years, he won the first 2 sets. And then the old champ made an incredible comeback. It's just not the way it's meant to be, is it?
No, I think the first night would have probably been almost completely the opposite to what anyone would have thought. And Cam really played a perfect set. He did make 2 unforced errors in my mind at 4-love and was down 45th in that game, but still won that game, set 6-love. So he played an amazing first set. And at a high level, you could summarise the first day's play with pre-Cam getting cut over the eye early in the third set, and sort of post that event where, although Rob was coming, he was certainly improving and getting back into the match. That event did seem to be a pivotal moment in the first day's play, and I think. I think Cam won 14 of the first 21 games and all the big points, which is critical.
Well, that's right, Brett. It was an amazing turnaround. But as we can see, looking at the graphic there, over 4 sets, statistically, the match was incredibly equal. And that's notwithstanding that Camden won the first set 6-love in 18 minutes. But extrapolating out, look at that. Rob clearly won when it came to hitting the winning openings. But I would suggest that most of those came in the final set.
Yeah, I agree. I think the last set and a half was where Rob stepped it up and started hitting some targets. There was a critical game at 2-1 in the 4th set that Cam had 40-15 in, and he was up 2-1. Rob hit, I think, four openings, grills and winning galleries in that game, and he was down. Maybe Cam had half a dozen advantages during that game, as well as the 2 game points at 45th. So that was a critical game that Rob managed to win, hit some targets, and he really got on a roll from there and took the momentum right to the end of that 4th set, and he comes in with that today, which must feel good for him to have come back from that big deficit and to have that momentum today.
Yeah, momentum's it's a strange thing, isn't it, Brett? And I guess that begs the question, what's your take on the injury that Camden received in the 3rd set? They had an 8-minute timeout there where Camden had bashed his head on the wall. Rob debatably had already turned the match a little bit. But, do you think it favoured one player or the other?
I think both injuries clearly favoured Rob. Although Rob had got himself back into the match, he was down 2-love and he was up 3-2 in that 3rd set when Cam cut his eye. So from that point, Rob went and won that set 6-4. And then in the 4th set, Rob had a small blood vessel that burst in his right hand that he had an injury timeout for. And again, there was a critical game early in that set, but he went on and won that set and probably had his best play in that set. So I think they both events clearly favoured Rob and got him back in the match.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. Now we're getting very close to the start of play on day 2. Sorry we didn't comment on that graphic early, but as you know, Camden is the #1 ranked player in the world and tonight's challenger. But we're about to begin. Rob Fahey is set to serve. It is 2 sets all. You can see the score there. The anticipation here in the club is phenomenal. There are well in excess of 250 people here this evening. I hope you're all about to enjoy an incredible show watching online. In just a short moment, Rob Fahey will serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, match stands at 2 sets all. We are starting set 5. Players are ready. Set 5, first game, Lovell.
A nice way to start, Brett.
Absolutely. Always good to hit an opening like that on the first point. I thought it was a little bit tentative, that first point, but that was a nice way to end it.
Oh. It's 15 all. Chase half a yard worse than last gallery. 15 all. Yep. And more than a yard worse.
So Cam gets himself 2 chases and gets down here to start serving.
Tell me, Brett. The World Championship is the only match in Australia that we mark from the centre of the court. Obviously, one of the drawbacks is the fault calling, or the lack of fault calling. Do you have an opinion? Do you think it bothers the players that they miss perhaps a few faults that would otherwise be called if they were marking in the dead on?
I was a little surprised, actually. I thought it must be very hard to mark from the middle
Half
of
a
the court
yard worse
like that.
than last gallery. $30-15 serve up. More than a yard worse than last gallery. Won the chase.
Fabulous, close to win the chase there.
So
by Robert
last
Fahey.
gallery. 30 all. Oh. 40-30.
Again, big point 30 all there, and an uncharacteristic error, I would think, from Rob.
First game, server.
I doubt he's hit 2 in the net like that for the last 10 world champions altogether.
Ball.
Good retrieving from Rob, but a lovely shot to finish it off from Cam.
15 love.
Wonderful shot play. I think it'd be fair to say we're not seeing the slow start that perhaps we might have thought we saw yesterday, or Tuesday.
15 all.
Well, I think we only saw one of those last night, actually. That was
30-15.
successful into the dead on, so to see one early like that's good for Rob.
Since you mentioned it, Brett, yesterday, on day one, Rob only hit the dead on 4 times in the entire 4 sets. And Camden only made 5 drills in the entire 4 sets, and yet they've both hit 1 each already in the opening 2 games.
Chase. Second gallery deuce. And the last gallery.
I thought that. Sorry, Owen.
I'm sorry, Brett. We're looking at the second change of ends already, and we've seen 2 grills and a dead-on from each player all so far. It certainly opened up differently, don't you think, Brett, than Tuesday?
Yeah, I thought one of the subtle changes Rob made in his return of serve to get himself back in the match on day one was some shorter, softer posts into second and last gallery, and also going for the last gallery grill, and we've sort of seen Rob carry on with that tonight, and we've just saw a last gallery chase there as well, so he's continued on with that strategy. I think that's a good idea, just the variety.
Advantage receiver, last gallery. Lost the chase.
I don't know if you could see that watching on the screen, but the backhand exchange there between Camden and Robert, all their shots had incredible cut and were hugging the wall as close as you could get it. It was quite amazing.
Well held shot there from Cam, putting it straight into the
Advantage.
dead on.
Hazard, second gallery advantage.
Brett, I think Rob has found his length on his railroad already on day 2, whereas I thought it took him well into the third set for him to find his rhythm on day 1, and I think that could make a big difference in how this match plays out already.
I agree, Owie. Definitely that was one of the things that got him back into the game. I think he served, he gradually got his serve going, got the length right. So it looks good for him tonight.
Deuce. Oh.
Tremendous athleticism from Cam there. The way he can read that ball and get right out there to the door and first gallery and then to control those, just fantastic.
Exquisite racket work there from Camden Riviere.
Game server, 2 games to love. Second gallery.
I think that's the variety that Rob got Rob back into the match, that return down the line. He did a couple of those just to change the return up on Tuesday, and you saw another one there today. I think we'll see the odd one come throughout the night.
15 love. Second gallery, last gallery.
And again, going for those last gallery,
15
second
love.
gallery chases, rather than trying to, cut it into those corners. Which again, I think that got him back into last Tuesday night's match as well. But actually, Owie, you asked about that umpiring at the centre of post earlier on. I found that, because I haven't seen too many matches umpired overseas, and I thought that was really tough. I thought Jonas, being the referee, maybe they could have called on him to throw the odd fault call in if he needed to, or used him, which Rob actually mentioned through one of the rallies. Don't be scared to use Jonas to make those calls, because I just think it's too tough.
I can answer that one from you. They've actually, both players have agreed not to use Jonas when it comes to calling faults.
Okay.
Oh, you should be able to get it now. Oh, no, they were 15 love receiver, second gallery.
Can you get that to the camera?
Oh, it's a lovely shot from Cam.
Thirty love, last gallery. You got the first one. 30 love, last gallery. Forty love. 15-40.
A rare error from Riviere.
Game receiver.
So 2 errors there from Rob. Fairly straightforward shots. So again, he's out to 3 love, and really it's just been some of the big points that Rob hasn't won any of them so far.
Last gallery.
Right, Brett. It's just
15 love.
a few inches here, and it could be very different.
Yeah, Rob had the chance to. He went for the grill there in that opening, but missed it by quite a bit, really. So he hasn't quite hit his straps on those targets, which took him a while last night as well.
Last gallery, second gallery. 15 love.
That's right.
Server leads, 15 love. Chase the last gallery. Love, second gallery. Oh. On the chase.
Clever shot from Rob.
15-30.
Personally, I never think of doing those sorts of things, Zoe. I don't know about you.
Brett, the last thought I had on a tennis court would have been at least a decade ago.
More than a yard worse, 15-30.
I'm amazed how good Cam is at digging that forehand return cut volley of Rob's out of this corner. He rarely makes a mistake.
On day one, I thought in the first two sets it was interesting because I thought Rob was fading a lot of balls down to Camden's forehand from the receiving end. And it appeared to me that there was really very little that Camden couldn't get. And I thought was one of the things he really improved as the match wore on. As his serve gave him momentum, he started punching it much more effectively than Camden's backhand. And from both ends, he did it at the receiving end, and I also saw him play a lot of sort of punch backhands going straight down to Camden's backhand when he was at the returning end.
Yeah, I agree. He just probably started to get a little bit more aggressive, didn't he, as it went on? And it feels like it's following the same pattern as Tuesday night at the moment, where it's fairly gentlemanly, shall we say? And Cam's not missing much.
Despite the score of 3-love, though, I just get the sense that Rob is playing better than he was early on day one.
Off the chase. 30-40.
Come on, Robbie.
Oh.
We saw a change up from Rob there. He tried a bobble serve. How long do you think it'll take him to try that again, Brett?
I don't think we'll see too many of those anyway, are we? Oh, it's a great half volley there.
15-love. Second gallery, 15-love. All. Oh.
Rob's showing a bit of resilience in that one. That's a good point for Rob. He really needs to try and get on the board here.
Second gallery, more than a yard worse. 30-15.
I'd imagine that people would be very interested to know on what the preparation and the application that both players have put in prior to this match. I can tell everyone both players arrived in Melbourne 11 days before the start of the match to both acclimatise to the Melbourne conditions and to practice on the RMTC court. On top of that, I'm aware Rob, as we know, he's carrying 46-year-old legs. On day one, he wasn't in bed until 1:30 until he'd completed an hour and a half of stretching and had a good old-fashioned ice bath. Do you fancy that one of those, Brett?
It's a great rally. Yeah, the old ice bath, Owie. It hurts. I don't fancy one of those.
Was that part of your preparation, Brett, back when you were on the circuit? recovery, I should say.
I skipped the ice bar, so he might have been the difference between in my career. Oh, great pickup. Wow. Just an awkward ball, that awkward length. Again, Cam just gets some amazing. He's amazing, doesn't he? Just getting those balls out of the corner.
Exactly. Because the whip around forehand that Rob played had serious work on the ball.
Okay, that was interesting. Big point, Juice, and Rob changes it up with that volley down the line. He executed it really well. I mean, it's one thing to say that's a good thing to do, to change the variety up, but he needs to do that, but he executed it really well. And
he did. He put it on the perfect length, didn't he? And it's one of the very few balls that Camden hasn't been able to run down.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly favours, as most of us do, covering the forehand, right-hander's forehand corner, but that is the sort of thing we need to watch for, that you'll see probably Rob try and do, and it's interesting he did it on such a big point. Okay, and we got an unusual error from Cam there.
You can hear the applause there for Rob has won his first game of the first set on day 2.
Game server, 1 game to 4. Gallery.
Too old today. Final section tied, it'll be a result. We missed again.
Up. Gallery and the door, 15 up.
A simple change of ends as Camden whips his forehand into the door. Brett, with Camden being a left-hander, you might expect him, when at the service end, to try out the winning gallery a little more often, but I noticed, in fact, he didn't hit one winning gallery on day 1 of the championship, whereas Rob put 4 in, which, given that it's his backhand that would typically go that way, it's a little surprising.
Yeah, I guess I think Cam's pretty comfortable in just chipping the balls around in the corner. I think the long game for Cam over the 3 days is if he can keep chipping it into those corners, keeping it tight and moving Rob around, he'll keep doing that. So it really isn't a priority. I don't think it'll be a priority for him to go for those openings.
And that was a perfect example of what you were just saying, that perfectly weighted little chip forehand.
Sometimes you get lucky. Well, Rob's warming up his main wall force. He'll need that, I think. I mean, once again, Rob's just zipped a couple of balls in those first 2 shots into the corners, and Cam's dug them out. It's great tennis.
I'd like to say, Brett, that it reminds me a little bit of our late night pennant tennis on Thursday nights. But
I think
it doesn't.
That's right.
Game server. Five games to 1.
Okay, there's a straight force, I should say, which he got away with 2 or 3 times on Tuesday night as well. I mean, he only got 1 main wall force, I think, but he got 2 or 3 straight ones, which he drew errors out of, and obviously straight into the dead on. But so interesting that he's going to keep trying that tonight, and I think he should. He's got to keep that variety going on the return.
It's that mixture of variety with the classic naked Fahey aggression.
Yep. I think he's a little more aggressive there, you know. That's probably what he needs to do as well. Even those ones where he's cutting into this corner, he's probably got to put a little more on them, which is what he was doing late on Tuesday.
Advantage receiver. Oh.
It's a little of the Rob Fahey of old, don't you think, Brett?
Yeah, and interesting again to go the straight force rather than the main wall force, but it's that variety. You've got to keep throwing the odd one of those in and keep Cam, I guess, not committing 100% all the time into this corner. It's going to make his cut volley more effective, and that cut return if he throws in some of those change-ups, but you know, obviously he's got to execute them well because you're going to his forehand.
I just think Rob is starting the day better than he did in day one. I mean,
well, I guess 2 games is better than 0.
not just the score though, Brett. I sense he's a little more relaxed than he was on day one. I mean, it's hard to imagine that someone of his experience could be nervous, and yet it is the World Championship. Nerves can get to anyone.
Sure. Again, I think that's a great shot. He's just got to cut those points down, take that last or second gallery when he can, and get down to the service end. It's uncharacteristic, but that main wall force, I think he's too high, too up on the penthouses there. That's got to come for him.
And yet you feel that he needs to be going for it. Obviously he needs to make the shot, but to make the shot he has to find his range, doesn't he? And on day one he didn't even really seem to make the attempt.
Yeah, he did. That's true. It really not to the last set and a half. He drew a few errors and he got 1 through to the dead on. But yeah, he's got to go from there. His signature shot. Champions usually hit those shots when it really, really counts. So, you know, as the match progresses, we'll see if he starts hitting those.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 5th set of the match. Camden wins at 6 games to 1.
15 love. Western second gallery, 15 love.
It's a great shot from Rob. He's got to hit those openings.
15 all. No. 30-15. Hook.
Shut that down.
Western second chose 4.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from Brett and myself this evening. I'd like to welcome to the commentary team Nick Howell and Alistair Curley. I hope you enjoy the remainder of the evening. Good night.
Thank you very much, Owen.
So what do you think so far, Nick?
Well, Cam's come out strong again, like on Tuesday. So I think this set Rob's going to step up his game and throw a few more forces in.
Receiver leads. Western second gallery. Won the check.
Great shot there from Rob.
Fantastic shot from there.
40-15, chase 4. 4. $30-40.
I don't know. It's in the cabinet.
Walking yard west. Juice. Walking yard west and better than second gallery.
So what was your take on that first set again, Nick?
Again, I just thought Cam played the floor very well. Rob maybe a bit tentative, a little bit nervy, like he was day one. I felt he was making a few racket errors on day one and a few more on day two, and Cam was just happy to chip around with him. And I just think it was a few more unforced errors than Rob would have liked, and the set got away from him. But I think Rob will fight back just like he did on day one.
Great shot from Cam there. Right tight in the corner.
First gallery, juice.
It's a bad miss there from Cam.
Yeah.
That hurts.
The other thing I noticed in the first set was Cam's ability to get so many balls back. I mean, he got some fantastic retrievals and just asked Rob to play one more shot. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Particularly some cut shots in the forehand corner.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah. Exactly, Cone. It's really the story of Cam's game, especially the last 2 years. He's been an unbelievable retriever of the ball.
I think this is an important game for Rob.
It's a big game for confidence. Yes. It's unlucky bounce there for Rob. Great shot there from Cam.
Fantastic court coverage.
Yeah, he's so quick, reads it so early, which enables him to get to the ball.
Bit of a trademark there.
It's just a beautiful shot to watch.
Fantastic rally there.
Yeah, it's just brilliant, this whole match. We've seen so many of these awesome rallies.
Wicked shot. This serve's really interesting from Cam. It's really taken out a lot of the main ball dead on for Rob. Really has.
Yes. Cam's putting a lot more spin on the railroad today than he did on day one. It's something
it's got a bit more bite on it today.
Yeah. He's given that game away quite quickly to Cam, unfortunately.
First game, set 6. 1-love. Second gallery.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
15 love.
A rare error actually tonight. He's been pretty much error-free. Get to expect he's going to make that shot every time.
40-15. Second gallery, both chases.
So Nick,
Yep.
a lot of people who are listening in or watching tonight won't know that you've been practicing with Camden over the last 10 days. So
Yes, that's
what have
right.
you seen about him in terms of his adapting his game to the Melbourne court?
The first thing I've really noticed is Cam's ability to learn how the court works and all its intricacies. So from early on, he was trying to figure out how the ball reacts under different corners of the court. Within 2-3 days, he really felt he had the court under grips and knew where the ball was going to bounce.
Wonderful shot from Rob to finish off that point.
40-15, second gallery.
Well, the one thing we know is that Cam's in for a fight tonight.
Yeah.
That on the second gallery.
It's unlucky there for Rob. But the one thing Cam realised after day one, Rob has definitely got the legs to go all the way.
Juice.
That's just a spectacular shot from there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous
Just-
shot.
Advantage.
Put that one on the action replay, I think, later.
Game.
So Fahey into the set early, just as we expected. One game all.
One game all. Second gallery.
Cam's definitely taking more galleries tonight.
A really quick, aggressive volley there. Fahey winding back the years with that particular shot.
Very dangerous place to mark.
Fahey will be annoyed he missed that grill. It was open there.
15-30. No. Chase 2. 15-30.
Having been a close friend with Rob over many years and been involved and watched a lot of his World Championship wins, what do you make of the shape he's come into this tournament? Is this as good as you've seen him for a number of years?
He's certainly in amazing shape for 46, first of all, but I think this is the lightest he's been in at least 10 years for a World Championship. And certainly you compare him to what he was like in Melbourne just 3 months ago at the Aussie Open, and he's
at least 10 kilos
he's
lighter.
10 kilos lighter. He's extraordinarily good shape.
Yeah. Clever shot from there for Rob.
40-15, chase.
He's used that boast well tonight.
Yeah, it's a really good. He holds it till very late. that should just not come back.
Exactly.
40.
That's what he does to you all the time.
Out of court.
Play, Robbie.
Very big game there for Fahey. Get into the set early,
Yes.
showing that this is
Huge game.
Yeah.
How's it chase? 1 and 2.
Bit of good fortune for Fahey there. A poor volley return of serve, and he lucked it into the last gallery.
No strokes. How's it 1 and 2? Last gallery.
I wasn't around when you had the Lockie Dukars, Graham Highlands, Julian Snows, who were great floor players of the game. How's Cam in comparison?
I think Lockie was probably the greatest sweeper I've ever seen in terms of the greatest defender. But Camden's is certainly quicker. Probably, he's certainly as good a defender, but he's got a few more weapons.
Oh. Love.
Nice drive there from Cam.
Gallery.
Crowd love that one, Alistair.
Well, I mean, we can barely hear ourselves speak in here. That was a real crowd pleaser. He absolutely ripped it under the grill. The quality of the tennis is certainly stepping up again tonight, better than the first 2 sets on Tuesday, and that's saying something.
Just very tight against the wall.
Yeah, with a bit of cut. It was very awkward length.
$40-30.
The crowd support for Rob over the last 2 days has been immense. I've never heard anything like it to any tournament I've been in, but also showing great respect for Camden.
Yeah, look, the guys, they get on well. They've been very good with each other off court this last 10 days, and certainly got tremendous respect for each other's capabilities. Drew was talking at a dinner last night and said that he's marked the last 5 World Championships, and he thought the 3rd and 4th sets on day 1 was the greatest tennis he'd marked, which is saying something.
I thought it was a nice touch, them shaking hands at the end.
Yeah, and there was...
Poor miss there from Rob.
2 games all. Oh.
Beautiful cut volley from Rob. Trademark of his game over the last 20 years.
extraordinary volley down the line from Rob there.
Western Yard 1 and 2.
So 2-2 here. It's a really critical part of the match. Again, day one, it was a very close early part of the set. Rob got away, but couldn't quite close it out. I think he'll be very keen to close it out today.
Well, exactly. And the momentum in this set has been going back and forth, both trying to get the advantage.
Lost the chase, 15 love. Chase 1 and 2. Oh.
Right outcome there. It looked from where we were watching that was a double fault.
Fantastic shot there from Fahey. Extra stretch there to get to the volley. Wasn't going to get it off the back wall.
Now to chase 2, 30-15.
Unbelievable serve. 40-15 and a chase. Rob making a statement here.
Well, I think he actually the marker called that a chase. Cam was pointing to the floor as if he didn't hit it. I think that might be 2 hazard chases.
You reckon?
I think so, yes. Just by the way Camden reacted, that it looked like he didn't touch it and was pointing to the floor.
I think you're right. It's very hard to hear the score in here, but I think that's what it's 2 hazards.
Well played there from Camden. Stepped up, right up to first gallery. Rob smashed it, and Camden was good enough to deal with the force.
30 all, hazard half a yard.
Almost a let-off for Fahey there after the incredible get from Cam earlier.
After all that hard work, to do that will hurt Camden. Give Rob game point.
Nope, better than 2.
I think both players thought that might have been a stroke, actually. Certainly Rob did. But he'll probably take better than 2, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll take it as long as he wins the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Be nice to start the game 3-2 up with the serve.
Oh, sorry.
Game server. Server leads 3 games to 2. Oh.
Wonderful court coverage by Rob there.
Real feature in this game is he's been able to match Camden on the floor, which not many people have done over the last 2 years. It's a testament to the work he's put away from the court here. Superb finish there from Rob. The crowd absolutely went wild for that one. Great point to watch.
It's a bit of that was an unforced error there from Rob. Wonderful serve.
Juice.
Spectacular from Fahey there. Nothing less.
Serves advantage.
Camden's let Rob off there, and Rob takes a 4-2 lead.
Game server. He leads 4 games to 2.
Camden needs to dig deep here.
Serving, Robbie.
Another great serve.
Worse than last gallery. 15 love.
Fantastic pick up first of all, and then to somehow find the winning gallery.
30 love.
Extraordinary.
Worse than last. Worse than second gallery.
So Nick, tell me, we know a lot of people are watching. What have you been hearing about who's watching overseas?
I was chatting to Camden earlier, and he's told me Boston Royal Tennis Club have opened the bar at midnight and going all the way through. So I'd like to say a big shout out to all the American watchers, especially ones at Boston.
So yes, I know the club in Boston, and I know that particular bar. So I think they'll be having a fantastic time come midnight there.
I'm sure they will. And Tony Hollins, who's a friend of mine, who's believe will be there, I'm sure, and he does a great job helping run that club. He's a very good professional. And I'm hoping they're loving the tennis right now.
They should be. It's spectacular tennis. I'm also prepared to make a forecast the bar might still be open at midnight at Melbourne tonight.
I believe it will.
30 love receiver leads. First chase, worse than last gallery. Won the chase. Love, worse than second gallery. On the love. He leads 5 games to 2.
So it's 5-2 to Fahey.
15 love.
What a point to watch. Sensational pickups from both players, and Camden comes out on top. He definitely hasn't given up this set, that's for sure.
Second gallery. 30 love.
Well played from Rob there. Gets the serve back.
Amazing shot from Rob there. Now, Nick, you'll be interested to know right now we're in the middle of the second set. There are over 300 people watching right now from around the tennis world. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Wow, for real tennis, that is just brilliant. And I hope everyone's enjoying the coverage. We're certainly loving watching this tennis live, but I hope that everyone else can appreciate how fantastic this tennis that we're watching is.
And people should know that we have Channel 10, one of the national broadcasters here, also filming the match tonight for a 1-hour documentary on the World Championship in a couple of months' time. So fantastic for the game.
Lovely boast there from Camden to win the chase.
40 love, more than a yard worse than last gallery.
Pereira, he could be letting Rob in the door here. Wonderful shot, wonderful place. What do you think, Andy?
Beautiful point to watch again, and he held that shot very late and sent Rob the wrong way to hit a very tough chase for Rob to beat.
You know, and again, to your earlier comment about, you know, what is this match like? This is very, very high standard tonight. You know, I've seen all of Rob's World Championships and a couple of those beforehand, and this is pretty much as good as it gets.
Yes, I haven't seen them, but I can agree with you, Asta. We're very lucky here tonight to watch this.
Game server.
This is a big game here. If it goes 4-5, I think Rob will feel a little bit of pressure.
That serve does give him a little bit of trouble. It's obviously a bit heavier than we think.
Something he worked on yesterday. He decided to step a little bit wider from the court from day one and put a lot more spin on it.
It's a very quick game here, potentially for Cam.
40 love.
He's putting the pressure back on Rob here.
Very good game from Cam there. He's really turned it back on Rob. It's 4-5.
4 games to 5.
All right.
Rob needs to get the serve back here, Alistair.
Yep.
Very hard to win a game from the receiver's end.
Chase worse than the yard. 15 love.
Rob will certainly take that. Very tight, a little bit fortunate perhaps.
Uncharacteristic shot from Cam. Normally has those covered very well. Trademark Rob force. Brilliant.
30-15.
That's as good as winning the set with the chase that's about to come. Rob Cam's going to have to beat worse than 1 to avoid losing the second set.
I mean, for Rob, this is really, make or break. He's got to make sure he takes the set now and doesn't let him back in. 3-all. He'll start. I think he'll start to feel pretty good. Got to take this point now, though.
Wants a nice short serve here. Nothing to help encourage the force, because that's what Cam will be looking for. The crowd are getting quite boisterous right now. It's a great shot there from Cam.
30-40. Game in the set, 6 games to 4.
So 1 set all here. Fahey comes back from the dead. It's like the return of the living dead on day 1, and here he comes back.
Brilliant,
Shirt
absolutely.
change now.
Absolutely brilliant from the master. And yeah, they're just changing their shirts. Got 2 more sets to go. That's us from Alistair and myself tonight.
Thanks, guys, and
now
we'll
the pleasure
hand
of
over to
Kate Leeming and Julian Snow.
Right, you ready for this?
Always ready for you, Katie Pye. 3 sets all.
This is going to be a comedy, isn't it?
I hope not. Now, which of us is the expert? Is it me or you? Sorry, I'll rephrase that question. It must be you. Okay. No, it's been good. Robert's been more offensive, and I think he feels he has to be, and it's pretty good, as ever, as Tuesday.
Yes, let's see what happens. The very important 7th set. 3 sets all. Really important.
Level. Hazard, second gallery. And worse than last gallery.
I've been reminded by Greg Kerrin to say hi to all the Hobart people. There are about 30 people apparently watching down in Hobart, and I've noticed Rustam Manik Shah tuning in from Dublin, and people from all over the world. So it's good to have a lot of people following us.
Indeed, down 1 or 2 early risers in the US, I imagine. Barracking for Camden, who's doing them proud.
Certainly is.
lot of long chases, Katie Pye. Do you notice they play a lot into the second gallery and last gallery, which I would never have.
Second gallery.
You would never do that because you would think it was boring.
Well, it is, but on the other hand, it's a tribute to Camden's retrieving that Robert feels obliged to.
Of course, he's got. I mean, he's running everything down.
And the rub of the green, such as it is, has been with Camden, I feel.
15 love.
Rub of the green, especially when he's actually coming over the ball a lot, with it's just rolling over, it's hitting a lot more nicks. So if it's hitting the top of the net, then it actually comes over a lot more.
Occasionally, Robert plays shots like that and looks a bit like he is a 46-year-old, and then he suddenly perks up again and plays brilliantly.
Yeah, he does. I think just sometimes he's just not quite at the pitch of the ball with those, or maybe it's Camden putting so much pressure on him that he feels he has to do a little bit more with it.
Slightly fortuitous one.
Yeah.
40 love.
Yeah, nice shot. So where have you been watching from, Katie Pye?
The world now knows me as Katie Pye. Is that how it goes?
I think so, yeah.
I've been watching from the Royal Diddle most of the time.
More than a yard worth.
That's been a very effective
15,
shot.
40.
A lot. Just that coming down to about.
See, I don't get the modern game because they hit it at the second gallery and everybody claps. And if I'm serving and they hit it in the second gallery, I think, well, I've got the better of that particular exchange.
Yeah, but it's just because the retrieving is so amazing, and if you can't get a long chase, you've got to get hot. You know,
But
the
seriously,
people.
if you're playing the World Championship, you should be able to beat second gallery on the floor, surely.
You would think so, but these
think
guys
so.
are covering the court so well. Amazing, you're speechless.
Yeah, not a bad shot. Not mine had been one of yours, Katie.
Well.
And so have you been following or keeping an eye on the marker, as in assessing his performance? I'm speaking, as anybody listening will know, to the best marker in the world.
The marker's been doing a wonderful job.
He has.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
In fact, I think even better than the first night.
Yeah, I've been watching right close in the
Not that I'm judging him. He's doing
galleries
it,
right
yeah.
behind him, and there's been some very, very tight ones.
Oh, he's getting all these fault calls perfectly tonight.
Which is just as well, because we know that Jonathan can't see them.
I made a comment about that last time.
Second gallery juice.
Another one.
I couldn't do that.
Effective.
Do you think?
He gets the serve. That's a great serve.
Started second gallery.
See, just occasionally Robert makes a few racket errors like that Camden doesn't quite give up so many of.
Yes, and again, I still think it's Camden's making him play so many shots, and also it's subtle changes of pace that sometimes I think maybe that's what he's not reading. So he's just slightly out. He's taking the pace off, or he's changing things up. Causes that.
Yeah.
Serves advantage, second gallery. On the chase.
There it is, you see.
Yeah.
Easy to beat that second gallery
Yeah,
chase.
it was amazing.
Juice. Chase the line. Juice. Second gallery.
Can't help themselves.
It's a magnet in there.
It must be, seemingly.
Line and second gallery juice.
Do you think Robert looks a little tired or not?
No, Robert's not tired. I think that the end of the first 4 sets. In the first day, I thought that Rob looked incredibly strong in the last couple of sets.
His
like
work
ridiculous.
rate in the last hour to hour and a half on Tuesday was absolutely exceptional.
Phenomenal, and it shows
but you
his
can't help but
fitness.
think it would have taken a toll out of him.
I think it was a little slow to start again, but he's picked it up pretty quickly. So. Is that whatever Camden can do, I can do better? He did that earlier, didn't he?
Yeah,
Cam
he'd be
did a
disappointed
charge.
with that, as they say.
Advantage server, second gallery.
Another soft serve.
Deuce. Service advantage.
Robert relying almost exclusively, as ever, on his railroad, which is working pretty well on the whole.
Yeah, it's the court for it, but it's all about how tight that railroad is, really. It sets them up. It's first game still. That was the first game. It's been going on
Game
forever.
server, first game.
We're in for a long set together, Katie Pye.
That'll be fun.
Face the door.
It was only the door.
It was only the door, I saw it, yes. Soft, though.
But what I have noticed is also when Rob can attack Camden's backhand here and hit it into his a little bit softer under the winning gallery side, Cam tends to not be able to attack that so well. Rob tends to set up quite a few points that way. There.
Love.
Camden looks very fluid, but occasionally that, at the same time, the corollary of that is occasionally he looks a bit casual and gives up an error unexpectedly suddenly like that.
He's human. It happens sometimes. I know you probably weren't human when you started.
Start on me. Big shot.
My point of question. See when he's taking the pace off into that side.
30 love.
He's just won two
Yes, he's
of the
certainly
last 3
playing
points.
He's angled a lot straight.
When he can.
That way off the backhand down the winning gallery side.
Yeah.
Oh.
You drinking, Katie Pye?
Yeah, I need to keep my, relax.
Shot. Did you see the stats for Tuesday? The grills that are the winning openings and that someone published on the Facebook and the RTO?
No, I didn't. Did you?
I did, and only 4 Dudon to Robert Fahey, which is about 10 fewer than one would normally anticipate in 4 sets.
At least, well, that's 3 games almost. 2.5, 3 games of just straight winners that he's missing out on.
Well, partly because Camden defended it so well, and partly because he wasn't playing for it as much as he used to, and indeed is today.
But I think also that's due to how Camden's been reducing, nullifying Rob's ability to do that with the kind of serves that he's doing.
Oh.
And the pressure that he puts him under. If he misses, it's under a lot of pressure.
On the chase. Game receiver. 2 games to love.
2 games to love in the 7th set.
The momentum a bit at the moment, the champion, and Camden just
15 love.
Yeah, temporarily looking a bit hangdog.
40 love.
Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, did a bit of tension from the server.
40 love.
Champion looking more composed and on a
Champion's
roll.
not rushing it so much. He's taking his, letting it go a little more, taking his time. Oh.
Bit of luck possibly there.
Yeah. Good idea, but he was lucky.
15, 40. Oh. Game receiver.
Strong both.
Very strong. There's no pace in that ball. Cam didn't give him any pace to work with, so it's kind of...
Well, he needs to perk up now, Cam.
Does.
Otherwise, this set is going to slip away double quick.
It's interesting he's trying a few different serves.
Yeah, he needs to
again.
get one that works.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's not it.
No.
$15 love.
Classic Melbourne shot.
30
Not
love.
length, but depth.
Yeah, heavy cut, loopy, heavy
Yeah, but
cut.
on a normal, I was going to say on a normal court, on an orthodox court, you'd be first bounce around the 6 and the second bounce deep. But here, it's
of
both
course.
bounces deep, first and second.
Yes. Can't coach that.
No, you can't beat that.
Chase worse than 2, 30 love. Oh. Worse than 2, first gallery. 30 love.
Yeah, Camden needs to find something to.
Yeah, he needs to get back into it, start winning, getting a few easy, cheaper points, so to speak, and imposing himself a bit more on the match, which at the moment is being posed on him.
Absolutely. Needs to
And it's been unusual because on both days he's 6 love on Tuesday. Was it 6-1 the first set today?
6-2, yeah.
6-2,
Yeah.
and normally speaking, you'd expect that player to keep the momentum going, and it hasn't happened either time.
Maybe it's just so intense. It's just virtually impossible to keep it going that you know at that level. I don't know. It's just you know, games always ebb and flow. That's a good shot. Rob seems to be reading it pretty well, doesn't he? He seems to be picking where he's hitting it.
40 love, first gallery. Oh. Game
Trouble here, well, we haven't given the challenger much luck so far in our stint.
No, well, we
But I
haven't.
suppose you're probably supporting the professional, the Australian
I'm
professional, are
totally
you?
impartial when
Oh, are
I'm.
you?
Yes.
Like when you mark with my matches.
Absolutely.
All righto. That's a nice classic.
love.
4 games to love in the 7th set.
Perfect serve. Nick. Edge, then Nick.
30 love.
Yeah, it's all fade at the moment. That was a poor shot from Camden onto the back penthouse. And unlike Camden, who's been tentative off the easy balls off the back penthouse, or off any penthouse, Robert just lashed that one.
Yeah, he's just not quite getting his weight into the shots, is he? He's just sort of pushing a bit.
Game
Oh dear, that was one of mine, Katie.
Oh, mine, actually. You don't volley, do you?
Well, I try not to, but I think you may have to have volleyed that. It might have been dropping somewhere nasty, but I hope I wouldn't have volleyed it into the floor. This could be the shortest commentary stint on record after Shads disappears down the tubes in this one more game.
Oh, we'll see. Never count Camden out. Great rest.
Last gallery, no strokes.
Classic Fahey rally, perfect rail, near
Perfect
perfect railroad, and the
yeah,
very
and the
surprisingly
point.
netted the backhand volley, which is almost his trademark shot. That's good play.
Same again. Same thing's happening.
15 all.
It's not his best serve.
Shot.
Last gallery. Last gallery in chase 2. 15 all.
Nice to see a short chase set.
Sorry?
Nice to see a short chase set.
Yeah, there's not
You
not
can't say
many.
that, you've had too much to drink.
Come on. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just warming up.
Okay, good.
Yes, the only other short chase there was in this set was one and two over there.
Yeah,
You remember that, don't you?
I do.
15 all. Chase the last gallery.
Oh, brilliant.
Streaky. But he needed it.
30-15, chase 2.
That's a great shot.
Disappointing serve, but defending a short chase. That hit how many? 3 penthouses, didn't it?
Probably, but he was obviously trying something slow. Change up.
Lost on me, whatever it was. Good rally, good start, cross court, low over the net, every ball.
Oh, it's quality rally.
40-30. Game server.
Oh, he needed that, obviously.
He did. You need to get on the board. 1-5.
1 game to 5.
That did should be bricked up.
That was, pardon?
Should be bricked up.
15 love.
Anything you can make for a better game?
Well, he hasn't hit many of them. It adds another
nonetheless.
obstacle. No, I know you'd prefer that.
Oh.
And it's great sound effects with the perspex.
Last gallery.
Great rest.
Last gallery, 15 love. Last gallery, both chases.
Camden just missing it, not missing it, but just not quite as precise
Not
as he
quite the
had
same,
been.
yeah, not quite the same length.
Not quite as crisp. He still gets everything, but it's just not quite where he wants it to. And of course, Robert's good enough to take advantage of that.
And I think Robert's reading him a little better. He seems to.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, they scarcely misread a ball. It's absolutely remarkable. And some of Robert Fahey's cut volley returns of serve are obviously brutal and near perfect. And 8 or 9 out of 10 of them come back. And particularly at the end of the play on Tuesday, you know, remarkable shots seemingly became commonplace.
Yeah, they're the norm.
It was partly inspiring and partly deflating to watch.
It was incredible to watch. Very lucky.
15 love serve leads. Last gallery.
That's a bad error because that was a comparatively loose serve, and you've got to.
But that's the pressure Rob probably puts on Cam.
Nevertheless, you've got to clip that cross-court when you're attacking last gallery. Well, they certainly used all the court in that rally, and Robert Fahey had just 2 or 3 where he was going for those hazard galleries, and he's so strong that he usually manages to muscle it in, but they all missed 2 1 high and 2 low.
15, 30.
Yes. Yeah.
Second gallery, 15, 30.
Lame.
I was going to say no comment then.
None unnecessary. Speaks for itself, Katie. Better play.
Well constructed punt.
30 all.
Yeah, it's again, classic Fahey play. Excellent serve, 2 bands, deep railroad that also cut back, and Camden was forced into a comparatively defensive post, and that sets it up. Strong forehand down the line to the tambour.
Strong, but he didn't try and overhit that. He didn't actually go hard for the grill.
No, but he timed it neatly and
beautifully. In the previous rallies, he missed 2 grills and that set Camden up. Whereas that time he thought, no, I won't do that. I'll take it.
So this is set point, Katie Pice. Could be it for us.
Could be. Could be.
Shiva leads 40-30. Chase the second.
5-1, 7th set.
And that lame second gallery trace that he's just about to crush. On the other hand.
Well, he was unlucky not to hit the grill, and then he just took the pace off beautifully.
Time.
We haven't had much tension today. There was a good argument on the first day, wasn't there? Were you here
Yeah,
when you were here when they were bickering?
Yes, I was exactly here actually in the final set.
Just like the old days. That look like a fault to you, Katie?
Serves advantage.
No, because Drew didn't call it a fault.
Oh, I see. Crikey. Solidarity. Marcus solidarity.
Deuce. Deuce.
Why do you think they don't get Jonathan to call them?
Time.
No, I don't want to enter into that. It's not fair. He's doing a
First
great
serve,
job as a
Deuce.
ref. Great job. It's a stunning rally. Stunning.
Chase the door, Deuce.
That's a good shot. Yeah, well, good play. Remarkable retrieving from
Incredible.
Camden. They played in a very deft, straight
Advantage, chase the door.
volley return a serve, and you know you're wrong-footed. You've got to reverse yourself, and
Yeah, no, it's
not
incredible.
only
Yeah.
wrong-footed, but it was a very deep shot.
And that, in fact, that was too. The rally before, Rob's cut volley was ridiculous in this corner, and Camden still dug it out. So he's putting a lot of pressure on with that retrieving.
So were you here at the beginning on the opening day on Tuesday?
Yes,
How about the girl who sang the national anthems? What did you think of her? I thought she was 10 out of 10.
She was.
Amazing.
Cynthia
Yeah.
Sear.
How
So
about
she's
that? I
a
thought
member of our club.
Because those things are usually nonsense and rubbish, and this was quite the
Chase the
opposite.
door.
It was amazing.
It's good play. You couldn't hit a better backhand volley than he did under the tambour, and it came back. But the
Deuce.
follow-up shot was pretty neat too.
Yes.
Therein lies the difference. Decent railroad, but he's hampered or constrained because he's playing it with,
Service
obviously with a
advantage.
lefty-handed backhand cut volley,
Yes,
and it's
yeah.
just not possible to play the same
It's
way.
harder for Cam in that respect, isn't it?
That's a fault, yeah, finally. Katie Pye, you've got something to say, I can see it.
No,
Desperate.
nothing to say. Yet.
Game.
All right, Katie Pye, see you later.
An amazing set. You're off.
Well, you don't want me to linger. I think there are anxious people eager to talk some sense after we've
But where are they?
babbled on. Who knows? Who is it? Do you know?
Yeah, it's Mike Happel. Here he
And
comes.
here he is.
But and Mark Sayer, who's come in from China, just for this.
Righto, I'll leave
So,
Mark in the capable hands of Katie Pye.
Yeah, and I'll pass this on to Mike when he'll be here in a minute. How are you? I haven't seen you for ages, Mark.
It's been a while, Kate. It's been a while.
Are you enjoying this?
I have enjoyed it. You know, I haven't seen Camden play for years, so he's certainly a different player when I saw him 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's just to really come on. I've just got to go through all the stats just to let you know we're up to set number 4 on the second day. So it's 4 sets to 3 to Rob Fahey. The scores so far: 6-love to Camden, 6-5 Camden, 6-4 Rob, 6-3 Rob, 6-2 Camden, 6-4 Rob, 6-1 Rob. Again, just chipping into the backhand corner again with not too much pace. It's all right. We can be a team for a while. I'm having a lot of fun.
I think the question is, Kate, what can Cam do differently? He's really a bit flat-footed,
yeah.
a bit slower.
Well, for Cam, flat-footed is
Yeah.
hard, you know, but he's just not quite strong on the ball as he was. He's just not quite holding his shots, like holding his position on the shots quite as much. That's good. As it should have been put away, but he did. Yeah. And Rob started to hit his targets. He's reading the play really well. And, yeah, doing what Rob does well. Now he's here. Now the man himself. Here's Mike Happel. Have a great call.
Thanks, Kate.
Mr. Sayer, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. It's good to be back in Melbourne.
40-15.
Excellent. Good to have you here.
I just asked Kate the question I'd like to ask you is, how does he? What does he do here, Cameron? He really needs this set. What does he do?
Well, that's the challenge, isn't it? Because we haven't seen a lot of evidence of a different game strategy. Has he got something now to pull out to change, or does he think that Rob will be getting tired and he just needs to wear him down?
Well, I think if you look at the first day, Rob was at his best in the last set, actually. He seemed to be on his toes a bit more in the last set and, you know, a bit more aggressive. So I think Rob's playing better in the second half of today than as he was in the second half of day one. So
I think that's a good point. It was interesting in the fourth set yesterday because the expectation was that Rob was going to get tired. Camden didn't seem to be moving around the court in the fourth set yesterday as well. Whether that was because Rob got inside his head or whether it was because he's tired remains to be seen.
Lost the chase, 30-40. $30-40. Last gallery, 30-40.
I think, Mike, in the 7 sets we've seen so far, Camden's got for a good start in each set, apart from the last one. I mean, this is the time where he needs it, right? He needs his first game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Rob has not started each set well, quite right, apart from that last one. So let's see what happens here, because obviously the momentum is really strongly with Rob at this stage. So he'd be very keen to get off to a good start this set to keep that momentum.
Server leads 30-40, chase the last gallery.
That footwork is just a little bit better, isn't it? Rob's footwork in the last set is
just dramatically different between the first set today and what we're seeing now in Fahey's footwork. I agree. First game. One love to Rob Fahey. Fourth set of the day, 15 love. Great rally, huh? Camden got that one extra ball back, forced an error.
Yeah, I mean, that's his strength, I suppose, but I'd just like to see him hit a couple more balls, a bit more pace, a bit more cut, try and get a couple of 3 points now and then. He seems to be rallying well, but he gives Rob a second chance all the time.
Last gallery, 15 all. $30-15.
Great rest. So Rob made Camden pay the one extra shot that rally. Great gets. Terrific tennis all round.
I think Rob's serving a bit better too as the match has gone on tonight. He's serves are tighter, not giving Camden much at all off the return. So
yeah, I think you're right, Mark. There's been less and less of that short one bounce railroad that Camden can attack. And the ones on the back wall have been still fairly deep, not too much pace, and Camden has not been able to attack them.
Receiver leads 40-15.
Not only has he not been able to attack them, but I think it's becoming fairly predictable where Camden's playing them.
Yeah, see that point there in the first set, Cameron got that back, and now he's missing a few. So is it tiredness or is it?
Well, based on what we saw on the first day, I think so, because I felt in the fourth set on the first day he was half a yard slower than the other three sets.
Oh. $15 love. Love server.
Do you think Cams need to do something different with his serve? I mean, every set he's served pretty much the same one or two serves. Should he do something different now, or what do you think?
If it was in the if it was in the armoury and in the game plan, you reckon he'd be trying it now. He did try a few faster railroads on Tuesday, but they didn't seem to have a lot of impact.
Last gallery.
There's a bit more fizz on those returns now, isn't there?
There definitely is. He seems to be in the first set. He didn't seem to be confident about stepping into those. I don't know if he's just seeing them better or if Cam's not serving them quite as well. They seem to be getting a second bounce fairly close to the bando, but still Rob stepping in and hitting them very well. Now, Mark, you had a hit today. First hit for a couple of years with Mr. Richardson. How'd you go?
Well, it's fair to say that it was pretty ordinary for most of it. I didn't get that many balls back. It's when you're away for 2 years, you forget a bit about the game. But he hit a couple of grills, and so that kept me happy at the end.
Well, good to see you back out on court.
40-15. Chase the last gallery. $30-40.
30-40. Still game point to Robert Fahey.
Oh.
There we go. Not a great serve from Rob, but not really anything Camden could do to attack it. So
No, it's 3 games
to love.
You need
Rob.
3 games
Sorry,
to
mate.
love.
A pretty quick 3 games at that.
Love. Stroke. 30 love. Last gallery, 30 love.
I think for Camden, he can't get stuck down that receiver's end. He needs to get up here, so it's probably a good shot.
Absolutely.
Last gallery.
Absolutely, Mark. So 30 love to Camden and 2 chases.
How long have they been on court tonight? Has it been
last gallery better than the
just over 2 hours?
Not really 2 hours with the warm. I think with the warm up at 6:30. I think they started about 22, quarter to, so a bit under 2 hours at this stage. A lot less than the same time last night. I think we were well into the 3rd set, we were approaching 2.5 hours. So.
Yeah, obviously to suit Rob, I'd say, getting through those games quite quickly.
Yeah, definitely. He'll want to try and wrap this up quickly now.
Oh. Love better than a yard.
Chase better than a yard.
There's one way to beat Chase better than a yard, I suppose, to straighten the dead on.
The crowd enjoyed that one.
Thank you. 15-40. $40. Out court.
Okay, this is an interesting game mentally now. Camden was 40 love up in this game. It's back to juice. Robert will really be trying to convert here.
Yeah,
he's got himself the game.
A bit more fizz, a bit more pace in that return.
Yeah, and again, but nevertheless, a ball we would have expected to come back in that first set. Well played, Camden. Good composure there.
Juice. Second gallery. Juice.
Okay, so we have advantage to Camden and 1 chase the second gallery.
Advantage, second gallery.
Bit of a turnaround on the body language of the 2 players too, Mark, isn't it? In the first set, Rob's body language was pretty ordinary by his standards. I don't think I've seen body language like that from him in a World Championship match. Camden was looking very good, and now just his body language is just a bit down.
Yeah, I agree.
Can he get himself back up here? He'd love to win this game.
I think he has to win this game. You know, 3-1. You know, he's in it. 4-love is a tough climb back.
One game to 3.
Oh, there's the 1 game to 3. So Camden on the board in the 4th set of day 2. 3 games to 1 to Rob and serving.
Hazard, second gallery.
Lightning speed. Oh, great play from Camden there. Some terrific gets.
Yeah, it's probably the best defence I've seen. The defence is amazing, actually.
It's an emotional game, isn't it? His body language now is totally different to what it was at the last end change when he looked like he was about to go 4-love down. Now he's got that game, had a couple of good rallies, and he's got a little strut in his step again.
Yeah, this is time where you leave it all on the court, don't you, really? The next 15 minutes makes a big difference to this whole championship. He needs his set.
Absolutely.
Second gallery. Hazard, second gallery.
He'll go in the underdog on Saturday if he doesn't win this set.
$15 better than last gallery.
Better than last.
Nice touch. He has got a great hand-eye on the forehand. Beautiful forehand cross court.
15 all. Last gallery.
15 all, 1 chase.
Last gallery, both chases. $15 all.
Couple of big chases here. Both chase the last gallery.
Yeah, absolutely. 15 all.
Last gallery.
Both players desperately wanting this game. Shorter serve. Cam's been generally delivering on that shot, but not there.
30-15, last gallery. $40-15. Game.
And that's game. 4 games to 1 to Robert. Great atmosphere here again today at the RMTC. A full house.
4 games to 1. Oh. 15 love. Oh.
Great rest. Great rest. Tension's still in it.
30 love.
That the ability to read the ball off the timbre from Camden is something special.
Phenomenal. A couple of those were very close to the edge and still read them. Great play, Camden.
40 love. Game receiver.
So 40 love to Camden, I
Two
think.
games to 4.
No game. 2 games to 4. So Camden getting some momentum back here.
Love. $15 all.
Well played.
Better than last gallery, 15 all.
There's a bit of a sense of urgency now from Cam, I think. He's actually stepped up the last few points.
He has, absolutely. You just feel that this set's heading towards more level terms, don't you? It's just got that sense about it at the moment, even though Cam is 4-2 down. The vital 7th game, we know if the player 4-2 down can win it, it's often makes to an even set, and Cam's looking like he's heading towards
pump the
that
fist,
at the
and
moment.
he's got a bit of stride back, so it's not over yet.
So any of you who joined us late, Cam won the first set 6-1 in very quick time in a repeat of what happened on Tuesday. Robert Fahey then grinded through the second set to win that and won the third set with a little bit more ease. Looked to be pretty comfortable at the start of the fourth set here, but Camden now coming back well.
$30-40.
30-40. Still game point to Cam. Game, 3 games to 4.
Game server, 3 games to 4.
Now we have a set on our hands.
Three games to 4. First serve. Love. Last gallery. 15 love. Last gallery, second gallery.
He's pretty keen on those galleries from the receiver's end now, isn't he? He doesn't want to hang around there.
You know, Mike, obviously, statistically, every set's worth the same amount. You know, one set is worth one set. But, gee, I tell you, this set, someone goes into it 5-2 up, or at 5-3, 5 sets to 3, or 2 or 4 sets all. It's a huge difference.
It is. I'd have to say I would feel at this stage whoever wins this set is the favourite. If Rob wins it, he goes in with a big advantage. If Camden wins it, those younger legs in a straight best-of-5 set match on Saturday, it'd be hard not to rate him favourite, particularly given the poor starts that Rob Fahey has had on both days.
Second gallery.
Chase the second gallery. Great play, Camden. Second gallery chase, and he tucked that volley into the last gallery.
So, Mike, maybe you and our head pro here, Frank Fiopelli, have ESP, but Frank just walked past and said to me, whoever wins this set will win the championship.
Great minds do think alike, Mark, as you know.
All.
30 all is the score. 4 games to 3 to Robert Fahey. And that's the serve he was looking for. Lovely little second bounce near the edge of the bando and right in the neck. Another good serve.
Time for the champion to step up, maybe 2 great serves at 4-3, 30 all.
That's the big difference in the free points, isn't it, the serve? There's in the first set, Cam got a lot of free points in his serves through Rob's errors, but now Rob's getting them through very tight railroads, getting a lot of free points.
5 games to 3.
Second gallery, no strokes.
That's a great shot. Great footwork by Cam there. Rob had a few chances to bury him in that point, just couldn't do it. Great retrieving.
Second gallery, chase 3.
Yeah, a little fist pump there from Cam. He knows this is the game. This is
so no strokes. Second gallery and chase 3. Yeah. Cam's looking positive.
No strokes, chase the second gallery.
So the first chase is the second gallery. Great change up from Rob there. Great change up from Rob. I spoke on the first day about how I'd like to see Rob playing more volleys to Cam's forehand. That was a great time to chuck one in. Chase 3. Lazy footwork.
Second gallery.
He's giving those galleries a peppering, isn't he?
We'll take that. That was a nice free point. Poor serve, and Rob made the most of it.
30-15. Oh. Time. Stroke.
Lovely deep cut volley.
Just a bit of extra pace on it, a little bit quicker. Stepping into the ball.
It's the depth too. The court here rewards the cut shot very well if it's a deep cut shot. And in the first set, he was probably playing a lot of those a bit shorter, but that was great depth. That was just bouncing just before the back wall off the side wall. And I think he's getting well rewarded for those galleries he's hitting because he's serving so well, the champion here, Rob Fahey. So
he'd be confident of this rest.
Second gallery chase.
Game.
That's game and that's the set. So we finished day 2 with Robert Fahey with a lead of 5 sets to 3. Going into day 3 knowing he needs 2 more sets to be the champion, whereas Camden knows that he needs to win 4 sets. What a great day again, Mark.
Oh, I mean, I think the tennis is first class. I mean, this is what you come and watch these World Championships for, to see this quality.
Absolutely. The only thing that takes away slightly from the purity of the standard is the absolute tension of the moment. And both players have had their times on court today where they were really feeling that tension, and you could see it in the game. And then they both had patches where they were free-flowing and playing the most beautiful tennis you'd see. So it's great to see that ebbing and flowing. In the end, once Rob got his composure today, he really took things away there. So you can see the scores there from day 2 in particular. Camden winning the first set 6-2. Robert winning a tight second set 6-4. Winning the third set easily 6-1. And we just saw clinching that third set reasonably comfortably, but not after a bit of tension at 4-3. So I think the champ would be pretty happy with himself there.
So do you think, based on your comment 20 minutes ago, that you think this is a very important set for the third day? Are you standing behind your comment, you'll think the winner of that 8th set, which was Rob, to go on to win the championship?
There's no doubt in my mind that that makes him the hot favourite going into the last day.
So Saturday commences at 2 p.m.
That's
Eastern
correct.
Australian time.
That's correct. So we're going to sign off now.
Yeah, best of 5 sets. So please tune in again. We've had over 350 people tune in to our broadcast this evening, and thank you very much for making the effort to tune into such a fantastic event with 2 great players, 5 sets to 3 to Rob Fahey, and look forward to speaking to you on Saturday.
Good on you, Mark. See you later.
Cheers, Mike.